I was born in San Diego, California, and just had a normal childhood, played baseball and basketball, soccer, all those things. And about my third year at college, I was studying finance there in a university, and I just didn't get the feeling that I wanted to do that for the rest of my life. I was a young man, I wanted to do something more adventurous. It was a John Wayne movie, The Green Berets. That's about all I knew, the military. And I thought, yeah, I want to do something like that. And the Rangers were, I was told, and it was true, that there was one of the more tougher units in the Army, commando type of operations, part of the Special Operations Command. You know, I looked into it more, and they're the tip of the spear, and that's what I wanted to be. So I go to basic training in Fort Benning, Georgia. Would then show up at Fort Lewis, Washington, just outside of Tacoma, to the 2nd Ranger Battalion, and my first day there, it was like, wow, this is different. The idea was to toughen you up quickly. We shot a lot of weapons, and the big thing with the Rangers is airborne ranger, jumped out of airplanes. In my 4 years, I jumped 67 times. One thing in the Ranger Battalion is you got to see the world, and some of them were great. We went down to the South Pacific, did some stuff down there, the SEAL teams, and but then we also had to go to some of the places in the world that you don't really want to go to. Panama, Honduras, not the worst places, but they are in summer. And then Somalia was another place, Egypt. Down in Central America back in the 80s, that was kind of a hot spot for United States foreign policy. And so anyway, we'd always go in there and we'd jump into Panama or Honduras. And as soon as they opened the doors though, in the C-141, you could smell the jungle. The actual things we did there is reconnaissance of rivers to see if you can cross them. It was all in a training aspect there. Yes, this was never crossed the border into Nicaragua or anything like that. There's always a Ranger Battalion on alert to where we could deploy and go somewhere if something did come up and be there 18, 24 hours later. I was in from 1984 to 88, and in 83 they jumped into Grenada, and 89 they jumped into Panama with the Noriega thing, and I look back on it and man, I'm kind of a lucky guy, huh? It's just randomly that I came in during the peaceful years there. I did my 4 years in, and I kind of knew that this wasn't going to be the career for me. I was looking through the newspaper at the classified jobs ads, and there was one that stuck out, and it said, "We are hiring air traffic controllers, no experience necessary." But I went through all the training, and I passed it, and I recently retired and as a career as an air traffic controller for 30 years. And like I said, it's somewhat like the Rangers, and there's mental and some emotional stress to it, but you didn't have the physical part, so it's like, it was a lot easier than being in the Ranger Battalion. I served in with some of the greatest guys, and I feel fortunate in that. We were young men doing a tough job. What it means to me to serve my country is I did my part, I think, and I kind of wish that nowadays everybody would do something for their country.